All right, what's up, my peeps? Today is Tuesday. Today is the Leafy Yard Day. And yes, sir, it is producing some leaves. So today I am going to be cleaning those up like I do every Tuesday. And we're gonna try to make this thing look a little bit better. We got a whole bunch of leaves over there, which that's strange. The magnolias are starting to drop at this point, so that's a magnolia tree right over there. So those leaves are starting to drop. And everything else looks pretty good. Today I will be cutting down these weeds. Enough's enough. All of this right here is weeds. And it actually goes to this tree right here. But because I don't want it, I'm calling it a weed. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, it's looking good. I do want to do some detail stuff, so I'm gonna do some detail stuff today, as well as blowing the leaves into piles and all of that. I don't think that I need to really cut it. I'll probably just run around and hit it with the weed eater for that area right there. My main area, I'm not gonna worry about cutting that. I'll just hit that with the weed eater as well. And then the 3 areas out here to the very front, I'll just hit that with my weed eater as well. So with that being said, my name is Al Smith. And if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get to it. We got about 22 minutes out of this. And these are some healthy size pals too. I'm gonna bring about probably about 8, maybe 10 bags. And yeah, probably about 10 bags, because this pal over here, I'll probably get about 5. That second pal, that'll probably be a half of a bag. But then that third pal in the backyard, that'll probably be about 5 or 6 as well. So I'll just prepare for like 10 bags. Hold on for a second. All right, y'all. So let me just say this right now. I hope y'all feel like talking. Hope y'all feel like talking, because I feel like talking today. Yeah, I feel like talking today. Feel like talking. I really do. So first off, I want to give out a huge shout out to all of my YouTube partners, all of my buddies on YouTube, man. Shouts out to y'all. Man, this has been a great, I mean a great experience. So shouts out to y'all. I was very surprised by a comment that came in, or that I saw yesterday on one of my videos. So it's by this lady, her name is Brittany. And she commented on my video and she was like, I need to get my yard done. And so she doesn't live here, she lives in Tampa. But I was very surprised to see that comment, because I had commented on her video a couple of weeks ago. She popped down my timeline, she popped up on my feed. And so, man, I was just letting her know, like, hey, see your video, they must be pushing it. YouTube must be pushing it. And so that was it. I ain't think nothing else of it. We had said a couple of things to each other, and that was it. So yesterday, going through my comments after I get off, and I see her. I'm like, oh snap. I'm like, man, what's up, man? How you been? So I was very surprised to see that. But after that, I went to her videos. I went to her channel. I subscribed to her channel. I don't even know if she subscribed to me or not, but I subscribed to her channel because she be dropping some good comments. I mean, not comments, but content about how to grow your YouTube channel. So I went to her channel and was listening to some of the stuff that she was saying. I was like, oh man, yeah, no, this some great advice that she's giving. So I was listening to one of the videos and she asked a question. And the question was, what was the reason why you got on YouTube? Like, what made you want to get on YouTube? She was like, drop it in the comments. So I'm like, okay. She said, what's the reason? Drop it in the comments. So I did what she asked. I did what she asked. And so basically, one of my reasons for getting on YouTube, because I got 3, and I give you all 3 of them. The first one was so I could showcase my work to my clients. That's number 1. Let me make sure that y'all can see me too. Oh, I would hate to get home and start editing this video and realize that you can't see me. Yeah, I'm good. But so the first one was for my clients. I want to showcase some skills to potential clients that might be coming to my website. So I was using YouTube as my portfolio, right? So that's number one. Number two was so I could see if I could keep the discipline and get the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch hours. And it comes down to internet stuff. I am not disciplined. When it comes down to the stuff like this, and I'm not disciplined. So that's number two. Just to see if I can even stay disciplined enough, long enough to get to the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch hours. So that was number two. And number three was to see if I could join some type of a community where, you know, I can network with other guys that's in the profession, other people that's in the profession. And so I've accomplished 2 out of those 3 things. I haven't hit the 1,000 subscribers yet. Haven't hit the 4,000 watch hours yet. But like I had told her, man, because I do the affiliates, I sell the products through my, you know, my links, and from the videos, I'm making money off that. So I really ain't worried about it. The 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch hours has really become a thing that's on the back burner for me because I'm getting paid. You know what I mean? So it's like it kind of satisfied the appetite. So now all I'm focusing on is, you know, making sure that my content is good and that it showcases the work good enough for when my clients or my potential clients come to my website so they can see it. Or people that's, you know, in the city of Jacksonville, which is where I'm from, if they come across my video, they can see it then, and then they can reach out and do whatever they want to do. So that's number one. And then, like I say, the third reason is, you know, so I can get some type of buddies to talk to, you know, communicate with, support, that sort of thing. So, man, I kid you not, it has been such of a wonderful experience on here, just connecting with all of the people that I've been able to connect with. To be honest, like, I don't have friends. I don't really have friends. I don't really have too many people that I talk to. So, like, man, I'm 37 years old and I've dedicated my whole life to, like, being able to leave a legacy for my child. And at this point, it's like, man, my daughter will be 18 this year. Lord willing, man, in a few months, she'll be 18 years old. So, man, I've put in my time. I've stayed dedicated. I've stayed disciplined with what I was trying to do, my goals. And I've accomplished a lot. And so now, it's like, man, I just want to kind of relax a little bit. You know, I still grind. I still go hard out here doing what I'm doing. But I'm just a little bit smarter with it. But the thing that I realized is that, man, it's always good to have some people that you could talk to, you know. It's like it's always good to have a little network of people. Me, I've always been, I've always tried to be the person that, you know, provides the resources. But one thing that I found is that being on here, I don't have to be the only one with resources. Like, I talk to people and they be like, hey man, let me know if you need something. I got you, you know. And they'll point it out. They say, man, or not point it out, but they'll be more specific. They'll say, I don't want to even call his name, but he say, man, that's monetary or advice. It's like, wow, like, you guys doing good. So I'm like, man, I wouldn't need anything monetary. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't need that. But advice, I might. You know what I mean? So, but it was just cool just to know, like, man, I don't have to be the only person that is bringing something to the table. Hold on for a second. Y'all don't have to be the only person that's bringing something to the table, right? And so to me, that's cool. And then I got people that I talk to that's like, man, they need a little, you know, help on X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna tell y'all something that's so crazy, man. Like something that I never would have imagined to happen, but it makes sense that it does happen. Somebody emailed me just yesterday, maybe the day before, but I saw the message yesterday. So it came through my email, and it was from a lady. And I told her, I say, man, well, I asked her, I say, would you mind, you know, if I shouted you out? So she's like, yeah, no, it's fine. Like, okay, cool. So hold on for a second. So the lady, she emails me and she says, yeah, I'm gonna try to get as close to the message as I can. Obviously, it's not gonna be word for word, but you get the gist. So she messaged me. She says, hey, Al, my name is Imani. That's her name. She says, man, I've been following you for a minute. She say, I'm really impressed by how you treat women, which this is the second or third time. I think this is the second time. Maybe it's the third. Shouts out to Miss Liberated. So she said this too. She was like, I'm very impressed by how you treat the women in your comments. She was like, man, I see that, you know, you have somebody that seems like they really like you. You're never really disrespectful. She said, you're never disrespectful. She didn't say really. She said, you're never disrespectful. She's like, and then I really admire that. Then she goes on, she says, I've been very inspired by your growth. Just like I was one of the early people that subscribed to your channel, and I see how you're blowing up. She's saying, I'm very proud of you for that. Then she goes on to say that she is so inspired that she's gonna create a YouTube channel for herself where she does pottery. I say, oh my. Now, let me tell you something. Things happen in mysterious ways because she does pottery, and I'm looking for people that do pottery. I've been looking for people that do pottery because I have a gang of clients that could benefit and that would probably love to support individual artists who do pottery. So I'm like, man, this is dope. Okay, cool. So she goes on to say that what she's gonna be doing is, you know, just trying to put some stuff out there. She's very shy. And she said some other things too. I don't want to get into the whole, you know, email, but that was the gist of it. And I was like, wow, man, somebody prophesied to me this in 2015 or 2016. The guy say, man, I was doing work for this pastor. I was doing video work. And the pastor had just moved into a big, beautiful building from a storefront. Started out in the storefront. He ended up in a beautiful building. And so I was doing his video work at the time when he was in the storefront. So I grew with him. And so, man, I was at this church and this guy came up and he prophesied to me. Say, Isn't it funny how the person that is doing the videoing would be the one that winds up on TV? And at the time, I didn't know what he meant. Mind you, I'm 26, 27 years old, or 27, 28 years old. And I'm not thinking about, you know what I mean? No TV, no YouTube, no nothing. I was always the guy that was behind the camera. And so I kind of shrugged it off, but I didn't completely dismiss it. Just kind of shrugged it off, you know. It's like, okay, cool. So throughout my time with doing lawn care, this thing has always been the thing that produces the best results for me. And so I've always had good luck out of this. Walk with me, y'all. But this has also been the thing that I've always tried to run from. And really want to be out here doing yard care, lawn care. Man, I try to do everything except that. But again and again and again, it came back to me. Hey, this is what you need to be doing. I have a graphic design company. Had a graphic design company in 2018 from like 2015, 2016. Because I started it around the same time that I started lawn care. Like I really went into business for myself. I started around that same time. So back in 2018, 19, was really going full force. I got a actual studio location. So I did all of that. Just trying to run from lawn care. And the crazy part about it is that just kept coming back. I had a vegan restaurant that did good. And then my wife was like, man, you know, she wanted to spend more time with our daughter, you know. Like, man, she felt like these were pivotal years of her life. And she's like, man, she would rather, you know, do that versus trying to launch this restaurant or, you know, run the restaurant. And I understood where she was coming from. And she really did make the right decision. But hold on for a second. But what I'll say is that lawn care has always been a thing that has always brought me a lot of success. So, man, to get that letter or to get that email and see that what I'm doing is making a difference in people's lives, I was like, well, yeah, okay, all right, have your way, you know, have your way. And so basically, this has always been something that has been the thing that has brought me the most success, whether it be financially, network, all of it. It's always been the thing. It's always been the thing I've ran from. And I always have had the most experience out of this. Like I was literally taught how to maintain a yard through working for a company. And so that's why at this point, when I come out here and when you guys see me, that's why I can do the things I do. That's why I can move as fast as I move. And so it's just one of those things. And then when it comes down to the business aspect, I just know business because I've been in it for so long. So enough about me because it's not about me. The lady, Amani, she said some other things. But the one thing that stuck out to me is that she said she wants to launch her YouTube channel. So I'm like, man, do it. She was like, well, how do I do it? And so I say, well, you know, start showcasing your work. She asked me to say, well, how did you know how to talk about things so much? Like, how did you do that? And so I told her, so man, just living life. Literally, that's what I'm doing. I'm just living life. I say, well, what do you have that you can talk about? I say, are you a mom? Are you, you have kids? So she was like, yeah. So we started talking. I mean, back and forth, back and forth. And she tells me that she's a mom. I say, okay, cool. I say, well, you can talk about mom stuff. She say, wow. She's like, man, you're right. She was like, um, she's getting ready to be an empty nester. I said, that would be something that I would put in my description. That would be something I would put in my bio, wherever you're going to be at on social media. That would be something that I would use, because more than not, it's going to be people, women in particular, that's going to be able to relate to you being an empty nester. And so I'm like, man, that's something to talk about. So she replied back. She's like, wow. She's like, man, she was just kind of praising me, hey, you're smart, yada, yada, yada. So I was like, man, thank you. But by the time we get off the phone call, well, not phone call, by the time we start sending messages to each other on through the email, she left. I feel like feeling inspired because that's what she told me. She's like, man, she thinks that she's gonna do it. I'm like, man, yeah, do it, and let me know. So, Amani, if you're watching this, please let me know if you did it or not. Did you create your channel? Let me know. And if you did, do this. Comment from that channel. Follow me. Follow me from that channel so people can see. Because to be honest, like, it's a lot of people, I'm sure, that is subscribed to me that are doing their thing, like, or that want to do their thing, and they just don't know how. So, Imani, you may be able to inspire somebody with the work that you're doing, and I hope that the work that you put out can inspire people. Hope that it does inspire people, and I hope that you can be big. So that's that with that. But man, this thing has been an awesome experience for me. All right, my peeps. Let's go ahead and let's do a little bit of weed eating real quick. All right, let's get it. All right, y'all. So I said that I wanted to do some extra work today. I've been saying it for the past couple of weeks. So today I'm gonna do some extra work, some detail stuff. I'm gonna do some detail stuff today. Sometimes I do so much stuff at a house that the next week when I come over, it ain't nothing for me to do. Like, I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, I just like getting stuff done. You know, I like stuff to be right. Somebody come home after a hard day's work, whether they are at their business or doing their career or whatever they've been doing. Man, I don't want them to have to worry about trying to text me or call me because I ain't done something that I know I should have been doing. And it's like, I don't be wanting to go through that or have my clients to go through that. So I just try to get stuff done that needs to be done. See what I mean? Like, look at that. Look at how much better that looks. Like, stuff that just needs to be done. Walk with me. All right, my peeps, let's go ahead and do this final walkthrough. This was the area in which I did all of the piles, where I put all of the piles, or the pile of leaves at back there. I had been saying it for a couple of weeks, and I was able to do it this time. I cut these, this new growth that was up in here. They're not weeds. I was calling them a weed because I didn't want them there. So I cut that. This area over here, I cut that as well. All of that new growth that was coming up over here, I cut that. And then the new growth that was on this tree, I cut that. As you can see, the leaves up against the fence is almost obsolete. It's almost no leaves up against that fence line. The same thing with this fence line right here. Same thing on the side of the shed. The concrete behind the shed. This is what it's looking like behind the trash cans. This is what it's looking like in the front yard against the fence line. The rock bed, it has just a couple of weeds, nothing major. The bed where my pine bark is, almost no leaves, almost no weeds. This is that one area that I was weeding, and that's the main area where I was weeding at. As you saw, I was going up and down with the weed eater, so from top to bottom or from left to right, however you want to look at it. This is the area where I was cleaning up the leaves. There's a couple of leaves left, nothing too major. That's where I was cutting the stuff that was kind of like coming over the fence line. That's not on my property, but I still didn't want it over my fence line. This is that corner where some leaves were. This is the other bed that has the pine bark in it. It still has a few leaves in there, to be honest, but it's nothing major. Come out here to the front. I did weed eat this area right here using the same method that I did on that main area. Here's this little area right here. There's nothing to really edge, but the edges stay looking pretty good. That's that bedded area. And here's the pile. The pile is pretty thick this week. I got about 7 bags in total. So yeah. And here's the final view. Listen, my name is Al Smith. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed the conversation. And until the next time, I'm out.